How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lev Sragasa and I'm a hobbyist drone pilot here in the UAE since 2017. And last year, I created a video on how to register your drone here in the UAE. I'll leave the link description here. And that video had very good response. It already reached 8,500 views. And this is to answer the 3 top questions on that video. Before we start, please note that these are all based on my experience as a hobbyist drone pilot here. And I really suggest that you always check the DCAA and GCAA website for the official rules and regulations with regards to RPAS and drone usage here in the UAE, because we never know that the rules and regulations tends to change frequently. Better check their websites to make sure that you're getting the right, correct, and updated information. So let's start with the first question. The first question is from Sean Dashno. I don't know if I pronounce your name correctly. I'll just call you Sean. So he said that, "Hi sir, does the Mavic Mini still needs a certificate to fly?" So I had a couple of questions with regards to the Mavic Mini. First of all, the Mavic Mini is 249 grams, which means it doesn't go to the 250 gram limit that you need to register your drone, because all the drones that weighs 250 grams above, you really need to register that drones. But what I can say is, since the GCAA is a very easy and straightforward process just for you to avoid any problems in the future, I suggest that you get yourself registered even at the GCAA, because first of all, it's free and it doesn't cost you anything. And if ever that you will be asked by an authority, or if you have registration for that drone, you can easily just show it to them, and that most of the time saves you the trouble of explaining and everything, because if they see that you have a permit, they easily will allow you to do your thing over there. Register it to DCAA and register it to GCAA as well, because it's free, easy, and it's a pretty straightforward process. So it's better to always have a GCAA and DCAA. You never know where do you want to fly here in the UAE. It's not only in Dubai. The second question is from Overlook Art. He said that, "Hi, thank you. Which is the official law that define all the flight regulation limits, ECC? Is it the same in all Emirates, or is it different in Dubai?" So to answer your question, like I discussed on my previous video, the UAE consists of 7 Emirates, and specifically for Dubai, they have a separate department to manage RPAS. So they have the Dubai Civil Aviation Authority, which you need a permit if you want to fly your drone inside Dubai, the Emirate of Dubai. You need a DCAA permit to fly, because here in Dubai, it's mostly a no-fly zone, especially in the city districts, the Burj Khalifa area, and those places that have sensitive areas. Especially for tourists and everything, it's mainly no-fly zone for drones, and you need a special permits for that, which is I can't cover because I don't really have any experience with them. The other department, which is for all other Emirates of the UAE except Dubai, you have the Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, Ajman, and Al Quwain. Those Emirates require a GCAA, a General Civil Aviation Authority. So that's the one that you can get for free and it's a very easy, straightforward application process. So you just need to go to their website. I will leave the link description below, and you can easily upload the requirements. It's just that the restriction, if you're in Dubai, you need to use the DCAA permit. And if you're in the other Emirates, you have to use your GCAA if you got question. So I hope that answers your question. The third question is from May D. This is quite long and it has some Tagalog words. He said, "Hi sir, I just want to ask for a clarification. UAE Abu Dhabi, she's a resident from there. I just bought a drone yesterday and will be taking it outside of the country with me. By the way, if I registered mine in GCAA, which is quick and hassle-free, like I said, now my question is, would I still need to apply for a DCAA since I'll depart and arrive in Dubai airport? Hence, I'm an Abu Dhabi resident. I have read your replies. Just want to make sure that if I come back here in the UAE, I won't have any problem. Or if I will have any problem because he doesn't have a DCAA, instead of having trouble coming back here in the UAE, she will just basically leave the drone in the Philippines instead of getting a problem here. So that's the question. She also mentioned, or if a tourist option can be a temporary solution. For the tourist option, I don't have any experience with that. There's a link, on the application of the DCAA. If you go to their website, there's an option there for tourists. I don't have any experience with regards to that. So I would appreciate if you can share some experience. If you have it, just write it in the comment section down below. And the confusing part, mostly some people are asking, if you're a resident of Abu Dhabi or the other Emirates except Dubai, and you don't want to register, because to get registered here in Dubai, you need to spend a little bit, around 500 dirhams to get certified and get registered. So some people are just avoiding that and getting the GCAA permit, which is free and hassle-free to get, and it don't cost you anything. The problem is if you are arriving back, if you are departing from the Dubai airport, if you're using mainly the Dubai airport for your departure and your arrival, especially when you're arriving back, and you don't have a DCAA permit, some of my group mates, if they're coming back from vacation, some of them doesn't have a DCAA permit, and then it's fine. But based on my experience last January when I came back from vacation, I was asked to present a DCAA permit. They didn't even bother looking at my GCAA permit. And I've used Emirates flight and landed at Terminal 3. So I was immediately stopped when after my baggage collection, I was immediately stopped by the customs, and they asked specifically for my DCAA permit for my drone. So I showed them my permit, the DCAA, which is still valid until, I think it's until October this year. And once they saw that I'm registered, they just let me go. To make things short, if you are using the Dubai airport, especially when you're arriving back from wherever you are from, based on my experience, they will ask for your DCAA. So better register your drone in DCAA when you're going for vacation. So when you're coming back, you won't have any problem. If in case that they ask you, you might be lucky enough to just walk past by the custom. I don't know. Some people, some of my friends had experience that they didn't even ask them for a permit. It depends on every scenario and situation. So I've experienced it before that I was asked, Dubai Airport, DCAA. That's it. Or if you're flying back to Abu Dhabi and you have GCAA, then you won't have any problem. So I hope that answers your question. Those are the 3 top questions on my video, by the way. And also, I would just like to add that whenever, especially for new drone pilots here in the UAE, I know the feeling of excitement flying. I know I've been there, been flying since 2017, and until now, I didn't get into any trouble at all flying my drone here. Why? Because I follow the rules and regulation. I always check before I fly, and I follow the My Drone Hub app. They are clearly mentioning there which are the allowed fly zone areas here in the UAE, the whole UAE. The My Drone Hub app, it's the app for both DCAA and GCAA. I believe that is integrated software already that you can use mainly for all the Emirates here in the UAE. And yeah, one thing I would like to remind other drone pilots, especially the new ones, it doesn't mean that it is a fly zone that you can just clearly fly your drone there. I would suggest that always check with the local authority or the one that is in charge with that area. Even in the My Drone Hub, it is a fly zone. You can't just freely fly over there. You have to check with the authority who is in charge of that place and ask permission first if you can fly your drone over there, and make sure if you had their permission, then go, and always follow the rules and regulations. So if you got certified and everything, I believe that you already know what's right and what's wrong when flying drone here in the UAE. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you learned something. And if you have any new information or new laws, I would be happy to hear it from you as well. Write it down in the comment section below. I'm also a hobbyist drone pilot myself. And like I said before, I always try to do pre-checks before I fly anywhere here in the UAE. And if I missed something, or if you know something that I didn't mention here in the video, please write it to the comment section down below, and I thank you for that. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing because this will help my channel grow. I'm frequently updating my videos here in YouTube, sharing my drone experiences, my drone videos. Also, would appreciate if you want to follow me on Instagram to see my photo gallery. The Instagram link, I will leave it in the link description below, or you can just search clickboy_levs. And have a great day, guys. Shukran, and I'll see you in the next one.